Hey everyone, I'm Janice and welcome. I run Flow and Go Yoga and Fitness. I also run Flow and No Intuition and Energy courses, and I'm a respiratory therapist. And today, Penny has asked me to talk to you about movement and exercise and how it helps support us, our digestion, our metabolism, our well-being. So, we are going to dive into some things, and my goal and my hope is that this meets you wherever you are at, because one of the things I'm truly passionate about is making it easy for you. I want it to meet you where you're at because that sets you up for success. So obviously I do a lot of yoga and fitness, and really what pulled me to it was something that after finding a good instructor, I took it inside. So I actually felt what was going on, and it helped spread my awareness throughout my body and my health. So some of the benefits are, one, just learning to breathe properly. Most of us sit at a computer, we start to round through, or we're on the couch, and there's nothing wrong with any of that unless we do it for really prolonged periods of time. So learning things like how to open up the chest and make it easy. So at no point should you have to strain. This should come naturally to you, and it's something that you're going to progress at. So that's really, really good. We're going to do a couple of exercises at the end of this, so stay with me. But especially for our digestion, when we breathe well, our diaphragm drops down on our inspiration. It actually lowers down. We pull air in, but the diaphragm runs along this nerve called the vagus nerve, and that sends a message to our brain. It actually says, okay, the diaphragm's moving really well, and it's taking up a large portion of this nerve. It sends a message to our brain that says, everything is going well, we're breathing well, therefore, signal all of our parasympathetic nervous system. Signal that rest and digest. Let's optimize our digestion. Let's optimize our metabolism so that our body can relax and function and take care of itself. It's going to help removals of waste. You're going to get the nutrients out of your food. So believe it or not, something as simple as just breathing well can be a huge game changer for you. The other thing it does in certain yoga poses, you're going to massage essentially your digestive tract, your internal organs. And you'll notice often if you've done yoga, we always twist to the right first. And that's because we want to support our ascending colon. So we have our digestive tract, our colon comes up the right side, the transverse goes across, and then the descending comes down the left, and then our sigmoid colon comes out, and that's how we void. So we'll twist to the right to stimulate the ascending, and then we twist through to the left to stimulate the descending. So yoga is really designed to help your body optimize itself and to function well. And the other part that I love about it is, if you imagine a twist like a washcloth, it's going to wring out anything that you don't need. So we're constantly kind of massaging those internal organs. We're stimulating circulation, which is going to bring fresh blood flow, oxygen to all of our tissues. So every cell in your body is getting the benefits because you're starting to really support your health. You're supporting your body, and you're telling it, hey, it's okay, we can calm down, you can do your thing. Because believe it or not, your body is designed to optimize well and be healthy. So it gets good at what we ask it to do, and if we tend to ourselves for a little bit, we can support that and make ourselves healthier. And my last thing for yoga specifically, but it's really for any exercise or activity, is that it's an energy game. So as you start to support yourself, and it doesn't matter where you start. A lot of people think, oh my gosh, like a fitness program, what am I going to do? Don't worry about the program. Worry about today, because if you start today, tomorrow you're going to have more energy. So it's really about opening up the body, and energy begets energy. If you do a little bit, your body's going to be like, oh, okay, we do this now. And it's going to have more ability, more agility, and endurance. So if you start with 5 minutes of walking, tomorrow it's easier to do 10. And the next day it's easier to do 25. And you can build up, or whatever you're starting at, if you're running or if you're doing weights or whatever. And that's the beautiful thing. It doesn't matter where you start. So long as you start, it's going to start to build its own momentum. And the better you feel in your body, the more you free up your mind. So this is a beautiful little side benefit that not a lot of people talk about. And what I love about it is when you feel good in your body, when your body is taking care of itself, you feel more confident, you feel more empowered, and you have all this extra energy to show up as yourself, to show up with your friends, to show up at your job, and be your best self. And that's what life is about. We want to show up and get the most out of it. I'm not saying you have to love your job, but it's something where you want to get the most out of the experience. So when your mind isn't thinking, oh, my back hurts and oh, my feet are sore, it's a lot easier to show up and be like, how are you doing? Let's go out, let's have some fun. Or, hey, I need to rest. I just want to have a good sleep. So lots of benefits to putting into yourself and feeling good. Now, I know I do yoga. It doesn't matter if you feel inclined to do yoga, if you prefer to run or do boxing, or you like to hit the gym and do weights. It doesn't matter. What you're looking for specifically is what resonates with you, what inspires you, what do you feel called to do? And it doesn't have to be forever. Maybe you try it for a month, but find what resonates. Find what makes you have that connection, that excitement of like, okay, I'm gonna move my body and I'm gonna feel good doing it, because that's important. So whatever exercise you pick, make sure it feels good in the body, make sure you feel empowered. And with that said, let's do a little bit of yoga for ourselves. So come into a seat. We're going to do 3 things. I'm going to take you inside for some internal alignment, which is going to make your life so easy and so good. And then we're going to do a little stretch for the spine, and we'll do a twist, of course. So come into a seat. Doesn't matter if you're on the floor or on the chair. Now just notice your hips. If they feel a little achy, I want you to extend the legs. Or if you're on the ground, I want you to sit up on a blanket. So at no point should you be struggling to sit. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Don't worry if your knees are up or down. Wherever you are, you're doing well and it's perfect. So we're gonna let our sit bones be heavy. There's 2 bones underneath your bum. You're gonna let your hips and those sit bones be heavy. And then we're gonna draw the navel in and up. So you don't have to clench the belly, but find that nice soft balance between drawing the navel in and lifting it up. And then you're gonna lift your heart up towards the sky. You're not gonna arch back, but you're gonna lift up. And then take your shoulders, let your elbows be heavy, relax the shoulders away from the ears. And you'll notice here, without trying, side benefit is that you're taking a bigger breath in already. So you're already stimulating that vagus nerve. That's telling your body it's okay to relax. Take a breath in here, lengthen your inhale. Should feel good, and then lengthen the exhale when you're full. So already helping ourselves physiologically, right, with that vagus nerve, because if we only take a short breath, the vagus nerve thinks something's wrong and it sends us into a state of panic, that fight or flight, and we don't want that. We want that rest and digest. So it's perfect. All right, we're gonna bring our hands to our knees. Now, as we inhale, we're gonna reach the heart forward and reach the tailbone back. You can take your gaze up, and I'm gonna encourage you to slide your hands back. So reach the elbows back. We're just finding this nice extension through the spine. And then on your exhale, we're gonna round through. We're gonna draw the heart back towards the spine. We're gonna draw the navel in towards the spine. And our tailbone now comes forward. So take your gaze down. Imagine rounding through the spine. And on your inhale, come forward again. We reach the tailbone back. Find that extension. Reach the elbows back as well. Here's the beautiful thing. You're gonna flow with your breath. Don't worry about where I'm at. Don't worry about anyone else. You're gonna rock and roll with your inhale and exhale. And of course, you are looking for what feels good in your body. This is a seated version of cat-cow. It's just a spinal warm-up. But honestly, if I'm looking to reset my energy, I do a spinal cat-cow and a twist, because it's so good for the body and the mind. So roll with me here. And if you'd like to, you can find your cat pose or your cow pose and stay for a breath or two. Notice how it changes. But as you inhale and exhale, notice that the body expands and then relaxes. So we'll even up here. So I'm a big fan, obviously being a respiratory therapist, I'm a huge fan of letting your breath do the work. So we don't have to try to like strain, but we can actually just come into the pose, take a big breath in, and you're gonna feel your spine find that space. So it's gonna be amazing. We're gonna come back to center here. So again, navel's drawing in and up, heart is lifted, shoulders are relaxed. Now, if you're trying, I want you to stop trying, let it all go, soften. And I promise you're still gonna be sitting upright. So it's awesome because you're not trying. You've got yourself, your body has your back, and that's how you should feel always. We're gonna take it into a twist. So left hand is gonna come to the outside of the right leg. The right arm is gonna swim behind us, and we are gonna turn as far as it feels good to us. So on your inhale, once you've found your twist, you're going to inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. And exhale, let that twist happen. Don't try, my friends. You don't need to. You've shown up. You've done everything you need. See if you can relax the shoulders away from the ears. And if you'd like just a little bit extra, imagine turning your sternum or your breastbone to the right. Take that nice sweet breath in. On your exhale, let that twist happen. We'll inhale, come all the way back to center. And you'll notice the right side feels different than the left. So let's even that out. We'll take the right hand to the outside of the left leg. Left arm is gonna come behind. I'm just placing it basically like on the base of the chair. We turn to the left this time. And again, inhale, we lengthen through the crown of the head. On our exhale, we let that twist happen. No trying here. Just allowing, letting it be easy. And if you notice you're holding tension in the feet or the jaw, soften, let it go. Take one more sweet breath in, the biggest breath you've taken all day. Exhale, let that twist go just that little bit further. It should feel good in the spine, no strain, no pain, just feeling good. And then we'll inhale, come back to center. And it's just that easy. No matter where you're starting, all you have to do is start. And the rest is gonna help take care of itself. My recommendations are always to find a good instructor for whatever activity you feel called to. If you wanna do more yoga with me, you can check out flowandgoyoga.com. I always provide modifications, and I always cue on what you should feel. So I don't really care if you can touch your toes, but I do care that you move in a way that feels good, and I'll help you learn what that is and do it every time. So take care. Thank you so much to you guys. Thank you to Penny as well. I'm always grateful to work with you guys. It's absolutely incredible. We'll see you again soon.